Russell asked a good question. Why do they have to take so much DNA for hybrids? Because with my science background, I will tell you, because my undergraduate degree is biology, you have to have enough genetic diversity in order to keep the population healthy. So if you just take one man's DNA and one woman's DNA and make hybrids, if those hybrids get some kind of illness, then they're all probably going to have it, right? So you need a big diverse genetic pool, which is interesting because the government now wants to get rid of any genetic diversity in our country, when genetic diversity is the key to life thriving, right? Like life thrives with diversity, human life thrives. So they need to have that to make the populations healthy.
Right.
Okay. So Mount Shasta, probably ETs. What do you think about the mutilations of like cows and stuff like that? What do you think that is?
There was some guy, what is his name? He's the one that wrote the book with the big ET on it.
Communion, Whitley Strieber.
He talks about that and what they've told him.
And what have they told him?
It's just that they, I guess the amount of blood is what they need. They need the blood too.
Yeah.
But they can't do it to humans, or they would. But he said that they use it for identifying certain things with animals, but they're not meat eaters, which is interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the Greys that are doing that?
Yeah, it's the Greys.
Because do you think the Greys are more robot than biological? Yeah. Okay, I think the same thing.
Yeah. And he talks about that. He talks about even sometimes when they get blown up or something happens, their body parts are weird.
Yeah. Be Free says Linda Moulton Howe is huge on cattle mutilation. Yeah, I've followed her for a long time too.
Yeah.
She does a lot on that. If it's not ETs, I think it's the government. I think a lot of stuff is the government, like doing weird stuff. Maybe not the government, but maybe like the black budget government doing weird stuff. Like,
yeah, but the thing is that those mutilations are perfect,
clean.
No There's blood. Nothing around the body with any trauma, and they know they were dropped from a high because they even had cameras that caught the cow going up in the air. When it's dropped, all the ribs break and stuff.
Yep. I've read about it. I've watched documentaries, and it's just so bizarre. Yeah. And Stephen Greer talks about all of this stuff. And I know that did you say he was recently at Mount Shasta and did CE5 there or somewhere?
I think he was there. Yeah.
I thought that's what you said. Yeah. I followed him for a long time, and I really like him because he does have the medical degree background. So he is, unfortunately legitimized by his educational background and his professional background. But I like that he talks about compartmentalization of all of this stuff, and how like 10 people don't all know the same thing on purpose, right? Person one knows this bit about ETs, person two knows a different thing. And there's no crossover, which is kind of smart if you want to keep a secret. If one guy
him because he told everybody this big reveal was coming.
I know.
It was a huge thing. And he said he even met with the current president to talk about it. He seemed but 45 always acts interested. He could care less. But anyway, so it was this huge reveal, and then nothing happened. That's why it's important not to announce stuff unless, you were there already and saw it.
I agree. And I think that a lot of, that's why I don't do psychic predictions very often, because especially about something like this, I think something that big. I mean, we've been looking at, there's going to be disclosure for decades. There's going to be disclosure. And it's like, either the aliens are there or they're not. The government is not going to stand up on a perch and say the ETs are here. Like, it's just not how it's going to happen.
Yeah. I think they're already here and they're making themselves known to the right vibrational energy. They're not going to come to a regular Joe Blow with guns, because they know they're just going to ask for trouble.
Yeah. Our society at best is very ill prepared for a higher vibration being. Yeah. Because I think if aliens are coming here from another planet in another solar system, they've had to advance sociologically as well as technologically.
And they look at us a little bit pathetically.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're technologically advancing, but sociologically, for most part, we're terrible. We can't